Y'all, it's too dang hot to turn on an oven. Let's make something sweet without ever baking nothing. First, we're going to start with a whole box of Twinkies. That's 10 of these beautiful little golden cakes with their gooey, creamy centers. You're going to split them all up the middle long ways to get ready to make the crust of this fantastic, easy dessert that your whole family is going to love. Bust out that 9x13. You can grease it if you want to, but there's really no reason. And you're just going to line the bottom of the pan with all of these halves of Twinkies that you got going, all right? So make sure that you get as much coverage as you possibly can. We're going to get all the way across, but now whenever you get down to the bottom, it's going to be just a little bit tricky to get all those in there. Do y'all remember the first time you ever had a Twinkie? I must have been knee-high to a cricket. I swear to goodness, because, it was so long ago. I remember I did not love the cakey part, so all I did was just kind of, bust it open and lick out all the creamy business. If y'all had a similar situation, I'd love to hear it. Something tells me a lot of us did. The cake is great, especially now that I'm a grown man, but, back in the day, all I really needed was that white creamy stuff. And, I still do the same thing with my Oreos. And like I'm saying there for the last couple, what you want to do is split one of those in half and just put it right down at the bottom. Next, we're going to take an entire can of these Dole pineapple tidbits. I love these. They're so juicy and delicious. First, drain off that extra water, that extra syrup, and pour them over the top. And then just kind of get an even spread going. You can use a spatula, a fork, however you see fit. We're going to set this aside right quick while we make up our Jell-O topping, okay? We're going to mix up some pudding. Got vanilla pudding. You can do sugar-free on this just as easily, no problem. But you are still going to have a bit of a sugar issue with your Twinkies, all right? You're going to add, I think it's a cup and a half of milk to this pudding mix to make sure you get exactly the consistency that you need. Wonderful. Just kind of stir it up, zhuzh it, just to make sure it gets nice and thick. It'll start to thicken once it gets really nice and mixed in together. And then just pour that all on top of your pineapple and your Twinkie mix. Super simple. Look at that. So easy. I love that rubber spatula. I use that a lot, especially whenever I'm using something like a pudding or any kind of thicker liquid or paste consistency, anything. It just helps get all of the extra off the sides. And one or two of y'all have mentioned that. Yes, I'm trying my very best to make sure that we get as much of that ingredient out of the can or out of the bowl as possible so we don't waste any. I hear you. I know. Food prices are so expensive. What we want to do is make sure everything gets into our dish. So look at that, how beautiful. You're going to make sure you push it all the way into the corners and all the way to the sides. Next, you're going to get some flaked coconut. Just sprinkle all over the top. Beautiful. Look at that. I love coconut. Eating it kind of reminds me of a day at the beach. Gosh, I love it. Beautiful. Look how pretty that is, too. It's like summer snow. Next, you can put a little sprinkle on the top. We've got a little bit of this red crystal sugar. Easy peasy. And done. Eat up, y'all. Woo! Yes, please.